If there's ever one thing you need to tell me about a film like this, is that Nicolas Cage is playing Dracula. That's it. No more, no less. After you tell me that, you got me sold. What's going on, my fellow movie lovers, and welcome back to the Luke Ponto channel, here to bring you guys another brand new movie review. If you guys are new here today, welcome. Hit that subscribe button down below and that notification bell right next to it. Hit that thumbs up and share this video. You guys know what to do. And guys, oh boy, am I excited to talk about this one today. Today we are talking about one of my most anticipated movies of the year, Renfield. Directed by Chris McKay and starring Nicolas Cage, Nicolas Hoult, Awkwafina, and Ben Schwartz. A good cast, but all you need to tell me, Nicolas Cage is Dracula. That's all I gotta say. This movie follows a guy named Renfield, played by Nicolas Hoult, who is the henchman and inmate of Count Dracula, played by Nicolas Cage, at the lunatic asylum for decades, and he is longing for a life away from the Count, his various demands, and all of the bloodshed that comes with them. So as I've said numerous times, the thing that really sold me about this movie is that Nicolas Cage was playing Dracula, and I never thought in a million years that I would ever see a film where Nicolas Cage is playing Dracula. I never thought I would see that in a million years. And when I saw the trailer for this movie, it looked like a lot of fun. It looked like pretty much everything I wanted to see. And yes, I do have a couple of negatives with this, but we'll get into those later. But when I saw the trailer for this movie, I only watched the first trailer. I did not watch the final trailer because I kind of felt like if I watched the final trailer, it would have given everything away. So I just watched the first trailer for this movie, and it sold me. It did. And then I heard it was going to be directed by Chris McKay. Yeah, the guy that brought us Lego Batman movie back in 2017, as well as 2021's The Tomorrow War, which I actually really enjoyed that movie. I don't understand the hate for that one. So when I heard he was going to be directing this movie, and was starring a really good cast, like I said, Nicolas Cage, Nicolas Hoult, Awkwafina, and Ben Schwartz. Like, it had such a good cast, and I was like, okay, yeah, I gotta go check this out. So I went to go check it out last night at the time of recording this, and there was only me and 3 other people. Yeah, nobody else was even watching this movie. Like, when I got to the theater, there was only the people that were there were buying tickets for either Air or Super Mario Brothers, which I'm fine with, but I kind of feel like people should really support more original movies. I mean, at the same time, it doesn't really feel original, though, because you have a character of Dracula that has been used to death in movies. But when you have a concept of a guy that works for Dracula and also wants to try to get out of it, like he's been working for him for decades, yeah, I mean, it does actually kind of have an original spin on it, which I really do like. And when I walked out of this one, man, dude, I had such a freaking blast with Renfield. Again, dude, 2023 so far has been kind of a hit and miss year, but I kind of feel like with some of these new releases I've been going to see in the theater have really not been disappointing. Like, it's interesting with how, good these films are for me. Like, with Super Mario Brothers, it was getting mixed reviews. I still loved it. I loved Scream 6. I loved John Wick 4. And this one is a no-brainer, man. This film was great. I had such a fun time with Renfield. And most of that really has to go with Nicolas Cage and Nicolas Hoult's performances. Anytime they're on screen together, which is very much so limited, you don't get to see them on screen as much together as the film was marketed. Because the film was marketed that way. But this is not really spoiling much. Just saying that. I'm just giving context of it. Because this is more kind of a character study on Renfield himself, who was played excellently by Nicolas Hoult. Nicolas Hoult's a guy I've been following ever since Mad Max Fury Road. And I've been on track with him ever since. He was excellent in The Menu last year, which was one of my favorites of last year. I loved him in Tolkien, which was a decent movie. And even though Collide was a really bad movie, he was one of my favorite parts of it. Because I love Nicolas Hoult. Anytime, even if the film is not very good, he can still bring a really good performance out of it. And I love the man. It's an interesting type of character study with him trying to get out of a toxic relationship involving Dracula. Which, might I say, Nicolas Cage as playing as Count Dracula. Where did this performance come from, you guys? Oh my god, dude. He was so awesome in this movie as Count Dracula. Not only was he very, very menacing at times, but he was so damn funny. Like, there were quite a bit of moments involving Dracula. Like, not only did I feel kind of like nervous to my core, but there was quite a bit of moments involving Dracula that I was laughing really hard. And there's a lot of moments in this film like that. Like, there was a lot of moments in this film where I could not hold my laughter. There's moments like, even especially during the fight scenes with a lot of CGI gore, which, might I add, it actually looked really good. It actually did not look too bad. It was really funny. Like, this is easily one of the funniest films I've seen all year. Might be the funniest. We'll see, though. I mean, it's not quite as funny as I would say with, like, Cocaine Bear for me. But this movie was really freaking hilarious. But one thing I really like to say about Nicolas Cage is that anytime you put a script in front of him, he will take the script and literally just do anything he can to make it fun and entertaining. He does that with the films like The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent and Willy's Wonderland. Both films which I really, really liked. And sometimes like he can actually do some really good serious work with example 2021's Pig, which is a film I absolutely adore. And he really brings it with this film. He definitely has this goofy Nicolas Cage flair in this movie. But for what he's given in this film, and that's the thing about Nicolas Cage, he loves to be goofy and over the top in his performances. It really, really works with this film's favors, in my opinion, because that's kind of the point of this film. It's supposed to be a horror comedy spin on a story of Dracula, which is really well done. I gotta talk about Awkwafina, you guys. Awkwafina, she is honestly really hilarious. Like, I find her to be really funny. Like, I loved her in Shang-Chi, she was definitely the comedic relief of that movie, but I thought she was so freaking hilarious. She was really funny in the Jumanji sequel, The Next Level, and she does really good with dramatic performances like The Farewell. But in this film, she really does have a much more interesting character arc than she does have in some of those other movies. But because she's a police officer that wants to avenge for this criminal that basically murdered her father. It's really interesting the way that they actually are exploring her character and the relationship that she builds with Nicolas Hoult in this movie. It's pretty well done. Ben Schwartz in this movie, bro. Ben Schwartz is he's a guy I've been following ever since because of the Sonic movies. And I love both of those movies. And in this film, he plays a much more deranged role in this movie. He kind of plays as the son of this mob boss. But which is kind of going to lead into one of my issues with this movie, but we'll talk about that in a second. But Ben Schwartz was so much more deranged in this movie, and he definitely has the Sonic voice inside of him, even just like when he talks and everything. But the way he does it is really funny. Like, there were some moments and jokes with his character where I could barely hold my laughter, because he was that freaking funny. Now, as I said, Ben Schwartz in this film plays the son of a mob boss. That kind of leads into one of my issues with this film, which I only have 2 nitpicks with this film. For me personally, this film kind of involves a mob subplot with them trying to come after Renfield. And it kind of felt like it was kind of getting in the way of certain things in this film that I was absolutely loving and actually having a good time with. There were moments with those characters that I was laughing for sure. But at the same time, I kind of felt like it was very unneeded for the film. Because this film runs in at only 93 minutes. And that's perfectly solid enough. But I kind of feel like if you take that stuff out and fix it up a little bit, or even just have the relationship between Awkwafina and Nicolas Hoult do more often, and also the relationship of course between Nicolas Cage and Nicolas Hoult, you probably would have a much more stronger film. So I kind of feel like there were some characters in this movie, not just with the police officers, but also with the mob, which again was one of my issues, that I kind of felt like was a bit underutilized with this one. I kind of feel like they didn't really get much development. The only character that we really get development for out of the entire police crew is Awkwafina. And the one that we get out of the mob family is Ben Schwartz. But I kind of feel like they kind of really underutilized their characters. So I wouldn't really try to say take them out, but if you really would want to rework that, I would say to actually try to like rework some stuff into that and actually try to make them a little bit more compelling than what they were. But other than that, besides those nitpicks, guys, I had tons of fun with Renfield. And if you guys love Nicolas Cage and you guys want to see a much more original project involving a Dracula, this is going to be your ticket this weekend, you guys. I highly recommend giving this one a chance if you can. With that said, I'm going to give Renfield an A-. Yeah, I know some people are going to be commenting about my grade with that once again, but this is honestly how I feel, guys. Like, that's the magic of doing reviews like this, like, because that's honestly how I feel. Like, I love getting to get out my opinions and actually have people understand why I enjoy a film like this so much. And I need some goofy monster flicks in my life sometimes. Like, with this year's Cocaine Bear and this, you kind of have a good combination with that, in my opinion. But of course, this is my opinion. Let me know down in the comments below what you guys thought of Renfield. Do you guys love this one as much as I do? Are you guys in the middle on it? Do you hate it? Let me know that down in the comments below. And what is your favorite Nicolas Cage comedic performance? Let me know that as well down in the comments below. Hit that subscribe button once again, that notification bell right next to it. Hit that thumbs up and share this video. You guys know what to do. But guys, look forward to more content here on the channel very, very soon. I am going to be checking out Evil Dead Rise next week, which I am super pumped for, guys. Like, man, you guys have no idea how pumped I am for that movie. And we got Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 coming up. Fast X. The Little Mermaid. We got Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. A lot of films we can look forward to even over the summer, you guys. Y'all are the best. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys want to see more content from me, make sure you subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Let's eat!